Hey everyone, Andrew back again, and welcome to another episode of my top 50 horror movies of all time. Today we're going to be taking a look at numbers 30 down to 21. So sitting at number 30 goes to American Werewolf in London, and this was also featured in another list that another person showed off that's participating in this top 50 list, which was awesome to see because this movie is absolutely fantastic. It is my favourite werewolf movie of all time, especially from a special effects and atmospheric standpoint. This movie has really good atmosphere, especially the beginning of the movie where the initial werewolf attack happens out in the moors in England. It is just an awesome location, great setting, and the movie just builds up from there. I really like the cast of characters. I really like the tone throughout the movie, and the transformation, in my opinion, is the best werewolf transformation ever. The effects are amazing, so yeah, this movie is a classic, and it sits at number 30. Number 29 goes to the Purge Anarchy, or the Purge 2, and I'm a massive fan of these type of fight for survival, everyone for themselves type of movies. I just thought this was a really cool and fun concept, very dangerous if it was to ever happen for real. But for a movie, I thought it was absolutely awesome. And I do enjoy the first movie a lot, but I felt they did everything right that a sequel should be with the Purge Anarchy. They took the action out onto the streets, and it's just absolutely fantastic. Pretty violent, good tension throughout. I did enjoy the characters and how all the different characters sort of interlocked and intertwined with each other as the movie went on, and it had a pretty good take on some social commentaries as well. So the Purge Anarchy sits at number 29. Number 28 goes to Stitches, and this is a awesomely fun modern slasher movie. It's a killer clown movie essentially, and I love my clowns and horror combined, and this is my favourite killer clown flick of all time. So it is a modern slasher from Ireland in the UK, and while it doesn't have a very high body count, I love the whole setting around the clown coming back to kill off victims at a birthday party. I think that's a really cool concept, and this has some of the most over-the-top, awesome slasher kill scenes and kills and deaths that I have ever seen. I've seen a lot of slashers, and from a kill standpoint, this one definitely rates very, very highly on my scale. The kills in this are amazing. So yeah, that's why Stitches is number 28. Number 27 goes to Humanoids for the Deep, aka Monster. This is the alternate cover. And this movie, to me, is the perfect creature feature. It is everything that I love and associate with a really, really good, cheesy creature feature. This one is about fish creatures or fish monsters who come out of the sea and basically attack a small fishing village. Cool characters in this one. The creature costumes look pretty awesome. It is super cheesy, but yeah, it's just everything I love about a really, really good 80s creature feature. So Humanoids from the Deep, aka Monster, sits at number 27, and I highly recommend this Blu-ray release from Shout. It's a top-notch release, absolutely incredible, and this is the alternate artwork which I prefer over the original Humanoids from the Deep artwork. So yep, awesome movie, love it, and it sits at number 27. Number 26 goes to Wolf Creek, which is my favourite Aussie horror movie of all time, and I'm sure a lot of you guys have seen this, you're familiar with this movie. It did spawn a sequel. As much as I like the sequel, I really couldn't go past the original. This is loosely based off a real-life serial killer, Ivan Milat, aka the Backpacker Murderer. I find him very fascinating. I've seen a bunch of like documentaries and crime shows featuring him, and yeah, he is pretty well known. He's very notorious here in Australia. John Jarratt, who plays Mick in this movie, he's really become a horror icon of himself, especially amongst Aussie horror. Not that there's too many big icons from over here, but yeah, Mick is really creepy. He's like the really weird and psychotic outback killer. He plays the role really well, and his laugh is super creepy. But yeah, I just think this is a great movie. It is my favourite horror movie from Australia, so if you've never seen this one, which I'll be surprised if you haven't, definitely check it out. And Wolf Creek sits at number 26. Number 25 goes to Children of the Corn, and I have been a pretty obsessed fan of most of the series for quite some time. I really got addicted to the series during high school, and it really hasn't left me, and you really can't go past the original. I would probably classify this my favourite horror adaptation from Stephen King. I just think it is really well done. It's a classic in my opinion. It is really cheesy, but just the idea of a kid preacher converting basically a whole rural town of children to go against their parents and adults and slaughter them all. I just think it is a really awesome concept. So yeah, this is a classic, and it sits at number 25 for me. Sitting at number 24 goes to Slaughter High, and I've mentioned this movie quite a few times before on my channel, and for good reason. This is easily one of my favourite 80s standalone slashers. It's probably my third or fourth, definitely in my top 5. But yeah, this is an awesome slasher film. It's a revenge slasher, which I really like, and this one has a great theme song. It really is the only theme song that I can think of that really stands out to me and that's around for a standalone slasher movie. So love the theme song, love the killer Marty in this one. He gets his revenge nicely. This one has pretty cool characters, you know, your traditional 80s slasher fare really, and the kills are awesome in this movie. So yeah, that's Slaughter High, and just a heads up, if anyone does not own this release of Slaughter High, to my knowledge, it's the best release of this movie as of right now. I really wish Arrow Video would upgrade this one to Blu-ray, but yeah, this is a great release from Arrow, and Slaughter High is awesome, and it sits at number 24. Number 23 goes to Hellraiser, and apologies for this triple pack, it's the only way that I own the original movie, but I am just including the original movie in this one, which is a absolute classic, and this is a film that I never grew up on. I was pretty late to watching it, but immediately I fell in love with it. You guys know that I am a big fan of gore, and this one has some very nice gory effects throughout. I really love Pinhead as a character, and the whole Cenobites as well. They're really awesome. And just the story of the box and everything is pretty unique and interesting. I really like it. But yeah, this one definitely stood out to me from a gore aspect and special effects. Absolutely outstanding in this movie. So I'm sure most of you have seen it. But yeah, Hellraiser 1 sits at number 23. Number 22 goes to From Dusk Till Dawn, and this movie is amazing. It's almost like two movies in one. The first half of the movie is essentially a family hostage movie where the two brothers take the family that are travelling in the motorhome hostage, and then the second half of the movie, when they get to the awesome titty twister bar, plays out like a vampire film. Really awesome. It's just an incredibly fun film. I love everything about it, so that's why From Dusk Till Dawn sits at number 22. Sitting at number 21 goes to Inside, which is an amazing French home invasion movie. It's part of the French Fab Four, along with Martyrs, Frontiers, and High Tension or Switchblade Romance. This is my favourite out of the four. I'm a massive fan of home invasion films, and this one is very, very insane. It's pretty nasty, pretty sick. Yeah, it's pretty out there. I'm not really going to spoil too much about the storyline in case you guys have not seen it, but all I will say, it is centered around a pregnant woman and another woman invades her home. That's all I'm going to say. Very, very tense. I love the use of the camera work and just the whole sort of storyline, because it is really only between very minimal characters, essentially two main characters really, and there's a few other characters throughout, and it all plays out basically in one location in the woman's home. And I think for that it's extremely well done, great atmosphere, very, very tense throughout, definitely edge of your seat material, and it's pretty violent and brutal and nasty. So yeah, definitely my favourite home invasion movie is Inside, and it sits at number 21. Alrighty, so that does it for another 10 numbers 30 down to 21. So next week we'll be getting into the big boys, the top 20, so stay on the lookout for that video. Let me know what you think of my picks for this 10 in the comments section below. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and thank you for watching.